How's everybody doing tonight? Happy March Madness if you're into that. If not, you're here hanging out watching some aquarium builds. Maybe get a deal on a hardscape kit. Let me get the audio going here for you guys. Thumbs up on the audio. Audio, video, okay. Hear you good. What is a hardscape kit? Hardscape kit is basically going to be driftwood and or rocks with it. So I got a few different things coming up here, so you can kind of get a sneak preview. This is like a full aquascape kit. So this is that volcanic arch aquascape kit. When I say hardscape bundle, it's going to be either just driftwood or a combination of driftwood and rocks that go together. So we'll get started here, let people kind of funnel in, take a look at the show notes. Let me get the first item posted and we'll get rolling. I'm take a look at the poll. You guys let me know in the poll what you kind of are feeling and we'll go from there. Watch a livescape. Slightly beating hardscape bundles right now, so that's fun. I love doing the live aquascape builds, but you get a lot of people want to buy hardscape bundles, so I get both. Yeah, thanks for stopping in, Brianna K. I'm glad you're still enjoying that jungle setup. All right, so let me get posted up here. So first thing we're going to do is I built this live on stream in the last one, so some of you may have seen that, or if you're new here, welcome in. We built this, I call it Volcanic Arches live on stream, and nobody bought it. I had it as buy it now, so I figured I'm going to list it up as an auction. So I'm going to go ahead and get that listed here as an auction if people are interested. Oh, it's frozen. Can't see anything. Okay. Better? Good now? There we go. Okay, sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened. Thanks for letting me know. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this volcanic arch aquascape. So I asked $69 for this. This is kind of a custom one-of-one build. I was looking for something to be kind of different. I visited Hawaii a long time ago and went and saw some volcano areas where there's like volcano remnants where they were still releasing. And for whatever reason, a picture came up and I thought of it. And I was like, I wonder if I could build that in a fish tank. So I got this kind of like crazy burnt looking piece of driftwood. There's actually that's a secondary piece there to kind of make these arches. And then these are real lava rocks. I always throw in these fake plants. You could use real ones if you wanted, but I wanted that kind of red pop. So I'm going to go ahead and list this, and somebody might get a deal on this. So I'm asking 69. I think I'm just going to start the auction. I'll do $50. So you're basically getting everything. I don't have live plants, so this is more of a hardscape deal. I throw in the fake ones for free so you can see what it could look like. So add your own live plants. I do pre-soak all of the driftwood. So this driftwood's been boiled and soaked. Should have very minimal tannins. Should be ready to go right into your tank. Yeah. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll get this auction rolling here and see if anybody's interested in this particular setup. If this doesn't sell, I'm probably just going to set it up in my own fish room here because it's been sitting here since my last live show about a week ago, and I keep looking at it. I'm like, man, maybe I should just add fish and not sell it. So I'm going to run this as an auction. Somebody's probably going to get a deal, and we'll see what happens. All right, auction starting for the volcanic arch aquascape. So this doesn't come with the tank, doesn't come with the sand, comes with all the decorations you see in the tank. All right. Auction is started. If you guys have any quick questions, let me know. Like I said, this driftwood's pre-boiled, so it should have very minimal tannins, if any. This is a custom one-of-one aquascape. I call it Volcanic Arches. I like it. Next up after this, we'll do some other hardscape auctions, but I wanted to see if anybody wanted this one. All right, no go. Okay. All right. So what I will do, yeah, it might be too small. What size tank you got, Kirkland? So that I didn't mention this is in a 10-gallon tank here. Yeah, sorry, I should have mentioned that. It's kind of in the description, but yeah, this is a 10-gallon tank. I mean, for a 4 foot long, I mean, this would take up, 2 feet of that probably. I do have some bigger pieces coming up later that I think would basically fill up at 29 gallons. So anything that would fill up a 29 gallons, about a little less than half of a 75. So, I mean, anything that'll fill up a 29-gallon would definitely be a nice centerpiece or size for, a part of a 75-gallon cichlid tank, but it certainly won't fill the whole thing up. I typically like to, show these things filling up a tank, right? But yeah, definitely small frog or something that'd be sick for reptiles. That's true. I didn't even think about that. This would be a really cool frog tank. All right. I'll run it one more time, just since people were kind of funneling in and out. Then we'll move on. I'll tear it down, and then I think what's next up on the show list is a hardscape bundle. So I'll run this just one more time. Give me 1 second. Run as auction. All right, running this down. This is in a 10-gallon tank. Comes with all the decor you see here. Doesn't come with the tank or the sand. The driftwood's pre-treated, pre-boiled, pre-treated. Should have minimal tannins. This is black lava rock. I throw in the plants. This would be a really cool setup with real plants. Yeah. Thanks for hopping on, everybody, hanging out. And even if you guys don't buy anything, hopefully you get some entertainment out of hanging out and talking fish, setting up an aquascape. So, all right, cool. Let's tear this one down and move on to the next. So people are pretty much 50-50 on hardscape bundles or live aquascape. We're going to do both. So I think next up we have a Spiderwood Ceru Stone bundle auction. So let's get that rolling here. So that's what's in this bucket. Thank you, Dorksire. Appreciate it. Yeah, hey, if you're getting inspiration from it, Kirkland, that's awesome. I'll leave it up. I think you can I'll still leave it up as buy it now. If anybody changes their mind, I'll leave that here until the end of the show. But after the end of the show, it's gone. If you do buy it on buy it now, I'll make sure I include pictures of how to reset it up at your house. So little guide on like how to get everything positioned if you want it exactly like this. But so next up, we have a hardscape bundle with Spiderwood and Ceru Stone. So let me go ahead and get that pinned real quick. And you guys can see what we got. So this is pinned here. I'll start getting this stuff out, and then we're going to run this as an auction. So this one will be a little bit cheaper than the last one because it's just a little bit smaller wood. So we got some nice spiderwood pieces here. And I can always come back later and build an aquascape. I was just going to show you this hardscape bundle in this one. So got some nice pieces of Ceru. I was kind of thinking it was or spiderwood. I was thinking it would set up something like that, like a mountain type range. Got some little roots and then a nice little bundle of Ceru stone here. Sorry for that's loud. So I'm just pulling this out. So yeah, this Ceru stone, if you guys haven't used this stuff before, it almost looks good by itself without even anything else. You can make like a mountain range looking deal with it, but I don't know if you guys can see all that detail in the Ceru stone. It's got like these cracks in it and different colors and striations. Just looks really mountainous. So I've always liked using this stuff. And I think it goes really well with this spiderwood. So I was so again, I think this would be really good for like a 10 gallon, or if you had like a 29 gallon or a 40 gallon is like a centerpiece, but for a 10 gallon, it's going to completely fill it up, I think, is a nice scape. This scape would go really good with like some live plants, like maybe some hair grass, something like that. So just kind of giving you an idea for scale, right? So it's a 10 gallon tank sitting behind it. So we're basically we're auctioning off here this bundle of Ciru and Spiderwood. So ignore what's in the tank. That's just for scale, for reference. So yeah, you could build a really cool tank with this stuff. What I would do probably is get these up higher and build like a mountain type deal, and then have these roots kind of crossing each other, right? So I can throw it together real quick, and then we'll run this auction just for you guys to kind of see what I was thinking when I put together this bundle, because I kind of put it together with the scape in mind. On my last shows, I did all live scapes, and people started to drop off getting bored. So this time I wanted to do a mixture of bundles for sale that we can auction off, and a live aquascape. So we'll do a live aquascape after this. But you can kind of get an idea real quick. Oh, sorry. Yeah, thank you for that, Kirkland. Yeah, I'm used to showing the tank here, so I need to show the stuff here. Let's see, is that better? Yeah, I think you can see it now mostly. Let's see. Okay. So again, this rock's kind of just thrown in here, right? Like I haven't built a scape with this, but just so you can kind of see the scale. What I was thinking is you could put one on each end of a 10 gallon and kind of have these roots like connecting and crisscrossing. And I would probably build this up higher, like a little mountain range. Yeah, this would look really good. I have a cube tank right here, like an 8-gallon cube. I think it would look super cool in an 8-gallon cube. Is like a big centerpiece, right? Like doing something like that, or I mean, there's lots of different ways you could do it. You could even do like a root type deal like that. I've done those types of tanks before. Just got to figure out a way to cover that flat part up. But this is probably my favorite way to set it, just with these like roots coming in. All right. Let's see. The tank you're looking at in the background is a 10 gallon for size reference. So basically what I'm about to auction off, or what's pinned here, is just for the Ciru and Spiderwood bundle. But I wanted to show kind of fills out a 10 gallon. A custom order for a 150. We could talk. Yeah, we can DM. I don't know if I have any wood big enough that's going to get the height of a 150. But yeah, we can talk. I have to see the dimensions. I'd be happy to if we have something that fits for you. All right. So let me go ahead and run this auction. Custom order for a 60. I can definitely fill up a 60. I got a lot of this this kind of driftwood, which I think would look good in a 60. I don't know if you can see that or not, but this stuff is pretty cool. And just, we could add a few pieces, like adding 2 pieces together like that would certainly, look good in a 60. Like I really like how that looks. And I just grabbed these 2. A 60's tall. Okay. Yeah, I'd have to look at the dimensions, but I think we could probably make it work. Cool. Okay. So we got 12 people wanting Hardscape bundles in the poll, so we'll see if they want this. Let me get an auction rolling here. This one's going to be cheaper than my normal ones, just because I kind of want you guys to get something tonight in a bundle, and I didn't aquascape it, so I normally like to aquascape them so you have something to start with. Since I didn't aquascape this one, I'm going to do it cheaper. I didn't curate the pieces as much as when I like build an aquascape. Run his auction. How many we got here? 21. I'm gonna start this thing at $30 for this one, which I would lose money on probably. Well, I'm not sure, but I just want somebody to be happy and build a scape. I'd love to see what people can do with this, because I think people are probably more creative than me. I like this one in the background there, but okay, so I'm going to run this right now, and what you're bidding on is basically this bundle of Ciru stone and Spiderwood. I think it would fill up a 10-gallon tank. Could be used as a centerpiece for a bigger tank than that. this driftwood is pre-treated. So I've already boiled it and soaked it. So you're not going to have tannins, or if you do, you have very minimal tannins. So I'm going to run this right now. So this is for the Spiderwood Ciru Hardscape bundle. So everything you see here is included. So what do you guys think? What kind of scapes do people like? Do people like the kind of mountain Ciru Spiderwood scapes? Or you guys like more river or jungle? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. Did that run for 69 or 30 or 35? I run it one more time. I couldn't tell if I lowered the price on it. I think I didn't. There we go. All right, so this is all pre-treated driftwood. You don't have to mess with it. Yeah, I'm with you, Kirkland. I have cichlids, so I can't really use too many live plants except for my smaller tanks. So I'm used to using plastic plants because same thing. They beat them up. Anybody else in chat have a fish tank currently set up? If you do, what do you have in it? For me, I got a big variety of cichlids, so I try to avoid the breeding situation. So I got a Jack Dempsey, I got a blood parrot, I have two Severums, an electric blue Acara, um, a random rainbow shark, and a Salvini. So it's got the classic cichlid aggression, and then I rescape it, and things are peaceful for a couple months, and then I need to rescape it. Oh wow! So you got the big tank. Shovel nose cat. Wow. Yeah, my next tank is going to be a 125. I've never had a tank bigger than. Um, I've never had a tank bigger than 75 gallons. Oh, you breed African cichlids? The rest of your message got muted. I'm not sure why. Fish and Finds. Maybe I thought that was offensive. I didn't know you were talking about fish, but it just says I breed Africans. Okay, that's weird. It says it contains muted words. All right, nobody wanted this one. I'll take this one down. Seems like people in here want some bigger stuff, which is understandable. I do. I think we are going to start now on this live aquascape. So for people that wanted to see a live aquascape, I think I got a good one for you guys. I'm guessing the bot didn't know you were talking about fish. I guess I don't know. All right. So I need to. So here is a chunk of wood. You guys can get a sneak preview of this chunk of wood here. A bunch of wood's going in this scape we're building today. So this is the we're gonna do a jungle scape. So live build of this jungle scape. And then if you guys don't want to watch a scape, come back and we'll do a couple more auctions at the end. I'm gonna go and tear down this scape real quick. You guys can see this is going to be some of the wood that goes into this next scape. And yeah, so we'll get going here. Thanks for hopping on, hanging out, everybody. This is one of the bigger shows I've had, so I really appreciate it. It's fun. Feel free to, during this scape, I like to take suggestions of what people think. If you're like, hey, turn that piece of wood around to look cool if you do it this way or whatever, I'm all for it. Good evening. What's up, Fracture? You came in, I don't know if you just got here, but we did a couple Hardscape bundles. They didn't sell, but we're going to do one live aquascape here. I got more. This one should work for bigger tanks too. I'm still showing it. Okay, cool. Let's go home. I'm showing it this next aquascape build in this 10 gallon still, but there's a lot of wood here, so it should work in a bigger tank, especially as like a centerpiece. But people are have been wanting, I know you two have been wanting some little bit bigger pieces. So we're just tearing this one down and we're going to get rolling here. There's so much driftwood that fills up this 10-gallon. I don't think we'll need too much rocks. And I have no idea what plants, if any, I'm going to put in it. We're going to figure that out together. But I got an idea with this driftwood, what we want to do. So let me get you guys pointed back up at the tank. No, I've never used bonsai tree. I've seen something on the internet with some really cool bonsai scapes, but I have not. I don't know where to buy them, and when I found them on the internet, they're like insanely expensive. Yeah, you see, I'm just now getting through some of the comments here. Minecrypt, yeah, those the Siri rocks that I was just showing are really common for beta tanks. Aquascapers like to use those. Yeah, no worries. Yes, if you can find some Siru stone, it can be a little hard to find or expensive. Um, so I with the rocks, I kind of try and give people a deal because rocks are just, at least at my aquarium shop, they're like $4 or 4.50 a pound, and Siru is very heavy, so you actually need quite a bit of it. That last hardscape bundle I just showed off was probably like 6 pounds of Siru stone. So if you times that by four, was that $24 just in rocks? It's kind of crazy, but they are really cool. You're not gonna, at least in the U.S., you're not gonna find anything that looks like that out in nature. Those Sirius stone rocks. All right, so we're calling this one a jungle build. I'm not sure quite what to do with the sand, so I'm just gonna kind of flatten her out a little bit, and we'll move some things around. So I did not test this in a tank, so I actually don't know if it's gonna fit. Oh, you can't get it there? Interesting. After this, I mean, if you're interested, I can auction some off. I'll have to look and see, or I can do that last hardscape bundle. And if you don't want the wood, I can remove the wood and I can lower the price some. Otherwise, you could probably find cereal on the internet. Again, it's probably going to be like $4 a pound plus shipping, but yeah. All right, jungle aquascape, jungle hardscape. So we'll pin this. So you guys won't know what it looks like until it's done. So we're gonna get to scaping here. 15 people hanging on. Awesome. Yeah, no kidding, Fracture. Siru is just, it's so expensive. That's awesome, Minecrypt. I really appreciate it. Even if you don't buy anything, just hanging out and get inspiration. Hopefully you get something from it. Because I just enjoy doing these. I've only made like one sale so far, but this is only I think it's my fourth show. So these pieces, like, they just look really like they have so much character, and they're like old and have so many different like grooves and notches and roots, and there's so many different ways you could like put them in a tank. What I want to do here is something like kind of, it's going to fill up this 10 gallon. So truthfully, you know, this scape I'm about to do, it might not even fit too good in here. This might be better for a slightly bigger tank. Yeah, I'm already running out of room. But that's okay. You can get an idea, and you know, if you have a bigger tank than a 10 gallon, it'll work for you too. So this would be better in like a 29 or a 40 probably. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping in. We're on number 3. If you check the show notes and you're just hopping in, we're on number 3 here. So we're doing a live aquascape. After this, we'll have a couple more auctions. So what I'm trying to do here, and is that still pretty visible for you guys? Yeah, okay, you can see the tank pretty good. So I'm trying to get kind of this like middle arch and play with some space on this. So you can have like these caves, right? I really wanted like a bunch of caves, and this is gonna be like kind of a jungly setup. If you're into live plants, I think this one will look sick with a ton of like live green plants, just making this like super full, and the fish can come in and out of these caves. I really like tanks that have caves because the fish just act so cool. So putting this here, and it's kind of like you might not be able to see it from your angle, but from this, I wanted this tank too from the side to see into the caves. So you kind of got like this, see over there, kind of this branch structure going down. It looks like one big piece. So I put that piece there. So this is quite a bit of wood for a 10-gallon tank, but it should still come out okay. Yeah, this is where I wish the tank was a little bit bigger. It's like a 20 or 29 or shoot, maybe even a 40, depending on the height of your tank. I wanted to have an arch here. So for this to look natural and come together as like a big arch in the middle, I can't, I'm out of space to separate a little bit too much for this piece here. So we'll just have to make do. This one's like really like windy. We could actually reuse it as like a root piece if we really wanted. But I want to try and get this kind of arch over the middle and that be like the center of the tank. And when I practiced this a little bit on the table, I had more room, so I could really get this arch look to it. Yeah, I'm going to have to get a rock here to keep this thing from falling on me. Grab a rock. I haven't decided what kind of rocks we want to put in here. You guys can tell me what you're thinking. I'm open to suggestions. So I have, if you're familiar with aquascaping rocks, so I have these like round river rocks, which are going to be, the cheapest. So keep that in mind because whatever rocks I do, I'll have to maybe increase the price. I'm not sure, but I also have dragonstone. I can show you a piece of dragonstone. So just be thinking about what you think will look the coolest. So I got a bunch of this dragonstone. Let me get a bigger piece and show you what this stuff looks like. It's like orange and red and crazy looking. Looks like something from Game of Thrones. Maybe it's just the name. Helping to build a couple planted tanks. Slim Pickets in Maine. Okay, that's awesome. Dragonstone's super cool. I'm not sure how to go with this tank or not. Especially if I was going for a jungle theme, I kind of don't know if I like it as much because I kind of want darker. This stuff, when it's wet, it's kind of like a red, which is cool. And then the other option is Ceru Stone, which is definitely the most expensive. But Ceru Stone kind of goes with everything. So far, I'm kind of liking the River Rock the best because it's dark. So we'll come back to that and figure out what we want to do on the rock front. Get those out of the way for now. Okay, so let's, I don't know if we want to, I may abandon ship on this whole arch thing. I think you guys could do it in a bigger tank. We'll try it. I wish the pieces were a little further apart. Okay. The other thing I'd want to do for a bigger tank is get some more really cool, like, I might pull it out and show you. I'm going to pull it out and show you. Mess up my scape here. But look at this. So if I like plan this out. If you line these two pieces up like this, see the gap it makes in between there? That like outline and shape. I don't know if it even shows up in camera, not in the tank, but I wanted this to go over on the left side. So if you had a bigger tank, it would look really, really cool. But we're out of space in this 10-gallon, so. Okay, if you're coming in here, we're doing a live jungle build. All this driftwood is pre-treated, pre-boiled, so should have minimal tannins, can go right in your tank. If you do end up buying this Aquascape kit, I will include pictures and instructions of how to recreate it exactly like you see it here if you like it like this. Of course, with these pieces, you could set them up a million different ways for what you like. For example, if this was a bigger tank, I would put this as an extension here, get some really cool spacing, and it would look pretty sick. But I ran out of space, so I'm just going to find something else to do with this piece and still include it for you guys. Any suggestions where to put it? This tank, I believe I got at Petco. So I think it's just like the Petco brand rimless, 10-gallon rimless. Yeah, I think that's all it is. They're usually pretty cheap on if you can catch them on sale. I want to say they're like, I don't know, $40 maybe. All right, I'm not sure exactly where to put this one. I just go back like that. I think that's kind of cool. Just kind of fill that out back there a little bit. Yeah, we'll make that look like it's a part of the same piece. That's a good idea. Make the get some height on it with the stone. Kirkland, do you mean on the piece on the right or the left? Yeah. Both pieces up higher, or just the one on the right or the one on the left, or both? Right. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Let me grab another rock. Probably could have gone even a bigger rock than that, but that got us a little bit more height. That's the thing too. Like I've been saying, if you have a bigger tank, again, like this isn't going to fill out a 75-gallon. But if you have like a 40-gallon, put a couple rocks underneath, get a little bit more height, and it's going to fill it up. This kind of looks a little out of place now, but that's okay. Yeah, it really is. That's one thing I try and that's why I'm trying make it easier for people because I like to pre-boil it and then I didn't mention this earlier, but if somebody buys the fully scaped kit, I'll glue rocks to it so it sinks instantly for you. So shouldn't have any tannins or minimal tannins because I already pre-treat it, and then I put a rock glue rocks to it if you like the scape how it is. So that way when you put it in, it will sink instantly. So that's one that's one thing that I find really frustrating about like aquarium shops or on the internet is like if you want to use these natural materials, it's a real pain in the butt, right? You have to do a lot of work and like soak it. Like this wood, I had to soak for 2 months to get the tannins out, and there still might be a little bit left. It's hard to say, but I wish there was just a better. And that's why I'm coming in. I'm trying to help people like be able to buy something and put it in their tank right away. Like okay, like if I want to go to the store and buy this stupid thing from PetSmart. A lot of people do that when they're new to the aquarium because they can just drop this in. They don't have to worry about it. They don't have to safe for their fish. But I think this is cooler than this. I don't know. If anybody wants to buy this, I'll sell it to you, I guess. But I like this natural look better than these kind of castles. Yeah, I mean, there's most driftwood is going to have some tannins. It's just how dark do you want your water? Yeah, my first tank had so much. Well, for years, probably a couple years, I had this kind of stuff. All right, so I'm liking this mostly. I'm still a little bit. I need a bigger tank, but out of room. Still a little bit torn on what rocks to use. I think we're just going to stick with some of these darker river rocks. This is a 10-gallon tank, so if you were to buy this, it would come with all the decor. So no tank, no sand, but all the wood and rocks. And we'll probably throw in some fake plants so you guys can see what it looks like from day one. Or if you have cichlids or something, can keep live plants. I like to throw in fake ones just so people can have an idea of what they're working with. So I'm wondering maybe we go plants first. Yeah, I'm going to use rocks sparingly, I think. So we get some jungle looking stuff out here and we'll see what happens. More of those. Okay. So again, if this was probably my tank, I would probably if I were you, like if you like live plants, fill this thing up with live plants, right? This kind of tank, this kind of jungly stuff looks really good with a lot of greenery. But and that's the other thing with trying to show these tanks live on stream is like these plants just fall over, right? Whether they were real or fake, without water in here, I can't show it. If I fill it with water, then I have to let the stuff dry out and I won't be able to ship it to you. So it's kind of a catch-22. You'll have to just kind of imagine what it looks like filled with green plants. But I will throw these in if you guys like the kit and want to buy it. I'll throw in these and I'll give you instructions on how to recreate this entire scape here. Thanks for sharing the show, Amanda. Appreciate it. Thanks for the follow. Yes, it's a 10-gallon. Like I've said a couple times, this wood's probably too big for 10-gallon. Although I personally would live with a tank this full. I think you could grow out a dwarf cichlid in here like a ram. I know people are probably against that, but I really think you could as long as you have an upgrade plan. You want to talk about a sick beta setup? I think they'd be pretty happy. Again, add your live plants, but I think they'd be pretty happy. Maybe put something like. I do want to keep the caves as much as possible. Let's do this. I want to cover up, like, if I would keep this arch here, I kind of want to cover up the joint here a little bit with some plants. I would you could glue some moss onto this or something. But bear with me here, team. I've been watching too much March Madness. I'm calling you guys team. We're a team. We're a plastic plant aquascape team. See it? I mean, there's not much to these, but you can see how you can kind of hide these join spots with just little stuff like this. Just get some natural look. You could go crazy. Team Tank Tails. You could go crazy. I can throw in a bunch of this stuff if you guys like it. I mean, you could like glue little bits of this all along here. If that's the look you're going for. I probably won't. If it was mine, I probably wouldn't with fake plants, but with real plants, you could glue a bunch of moss and stuff on here. If we just took a picture of this and threw it to AI and said, add live plants and moss to this tank, you get something really cool. If I set the driftwood pieces together. What do you mean? You mean like glue them together, Kirkland? What do you mean? Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know how much people value that. I feel like anybody that's ever tried to use driftwood would appreciate the labor of that for sure. Remind me, Minecrypt, what size tank you're going for? I think you already told me, but I forget. Thank you, thank you. That rock's too big. I'm breaking into my rock reinforcements team. Yeah, totally. Like I said, if in these kits, like I'm selling, like for this one, if somebody bought this, I would totally glue rocks to the bottom of this, so you could just drop it straight into your tank and bury the rock in the substrate. I don't have any slate. I like those. I like the driftwood on slate stuff too, but I don't have any. But I can recreate the same thing by just putting some small rocks. Need some like rounder ones here. Kind of just want like a little pile. Yeah, that's one thing I worry about gluing wood together before I ship it. Is I don't want it to break in shipping, so I haven't been offering that as an option. Sorry, that was loud. I haven't been offering gluing it together as an option. But I will glue stuff to the bottom to to make it sink. But like gluing these pieces together, I'd be afraid they break in shipping, and we'd have to put a bigger box and probably charge more for shipping. And I don't know. Figure if they sink, they kind of just set together anyways. All right, so we got a few rocks in. Um, you know, I want to keep this like open here with this like cave thing. I might dot a couple little plants in there if my big hands will work with me. So I want to keep this trail, this little cave. I really like this cave, but why don't we dot some plants along it? Because if you were to like come cut through a jungle pass, if you've ever gone hiking in like a rainforest or jungle, there's gonna be hella plants on it. That's for sure. I haven't had any driftwood break in my tank before. I'm sure it's possible for sure. One other trick, if you guys are aquascaping your own tanks, if you can, whoops. So this is why I set it up for you guys, so you don't have to break your own glass. I'll do it first. Um, One thing you can do to get like an illusion of depth is be strategic about where you show the back of the tank. So here, I want to see the back of the tank through here to see this cave, but I don't want to see the where the sand hits the back of the tank. See back here? If I cover that up with like a plant or something or a rock, it's gonna just make it feel like it goes further. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I've I haven't had that happen, Kirkland, but I've prevented that from happening because I felt like it was going to. This stuff, I wouldn't be shocked if it sinks without anything. Because I've already pre-treated it, it's dried out by now. But I've noticed when you completely waterlog, see how many times we can do that. If you completely waterlog a piece of wood and then dry it out, it sinks faster. I don't know why. All right, we might be going overboard with these fake plants, but we're just hanging out and talking fish. Put some grass up here, make this look a little more natural. right, y'all. I think we're probably gonna start moving on to the next Hardscape bundle. So I'm gonna delist this one here probably, unless people are still interested. I'll probably delist it here shortly. Anybody that's watching, is there anything that's missing that would make you want to buy it now? Do you want more rocks? Do you want more fake plants? I've pretty much filled the tank up with wood. I can't help you there. Looks neat. Thanks, Fracture. It looks so different on the. I just looked back at my phone. Let me see if I can give you guys a different vantage point. It just looks different from that angle than it does on my side. It doesn't. It looks super busy on camera. But the driftwood is really the star of the show. The way this is set up, it would look good from this side of the tank too, which is something you think about when you scape, is which sides of the tank you're going to look at. Usually you're going to look at the front and maybe one side, sometimes no sides, but you need to think about that. Thanks for hanging out, Kirkland. Appreciate it. Good times. Oh, you're back already. I'll run this as an auction for anybody who's still here. Basically everything you see decoration-wise in the tank, no sand. This is a 10-gallon. All this wood's pre-treated. I'm going to go ahead and run it as an auction just to see if anybody wants a deal. This is probably the most driftwood I've included in a setup yet. No, it definitely is the most driftwood I've included in a setup yet. I'm going to lower the price a little bit. All right, auction is live. So it's going to include all the decorations you see. I'll throw that in on the screen. Throw a couple more of these in. These little guys here. But you're basically getting all the decor that's in the tank. This is a 10-gallon tank. Does it come with the tank? Nobody wanted a deal, huh? Okay. No worries. All right, what's up next on the notes? We have 17 people wanting Hardscape bundles, 17 that want to watch Aquascape. So Aquascape part of this show is done. Top little wood. Okay. Yeah, after I run these next two, it should be pretty quick. I have more wood that looks just like this. I could give you like 2 or 3 pieces and some rocks and run a little bundle for you, or buy it now. We could figure out something. Definitely happy to do that. Probably would be for maybe like 3 of these pieces of wood and a few rocks. I don't know, it might be like between $30 and $40. We'll have to see what you want. For this one, yeah, I could. I could switch it out for Siru and run and sell it for 69. I could give you, I don't know, I don't have a scale right in front of me, maybe 5 pounds of Siru with it. Here, I'll throw up some Siru. I should have some, right? I just used it earlier. I could do something like that and take out the river rock for the same price. I mean, you're getting a better deal because Cereal is a lot more expensive than River Rock, but I would totally do that. Just so it goes to a good home. Although if I break my tank in the process, we might be able to talk. All right, if you're here, thanks for hanging on. We'll do a Hardscape bundle here in just a minute. Just tearing down this live build we did, and then Kirkland will see if we got what you want here. I'll get it set up for you. Yeah, it's listed at 69. I think I'll stick at that. I think I lowered the price on the jungle setup, but with the Cereal, I think I'm gonna have to stick at that if you're interested. Do you want the plants too, or no? I didn't think so. Give me a second and see what if I can come down some without the plants. So you're interested in that bundle, right? All the driftwood in here. So there's 4 pieces of driftwood in the Cereal. Oh yeah. Oscars. Yeah, they'll do that. That's kind of devil horn looking there. This little piece is super cool. Kind of don't want to give it away for like a nano tank or just an add-on, but it's so spiky. Okay. Bear with me here, team. I'm gonna see if we can help Kirkland out, and then we'll go on to these other hardscape kits we have. All right. You want to go 65, Kirkland? These are pretty cheap. Like I said, I tend to just throw these in, so I come down a few bucks. Here, I'll just list it. You don't have to tell me. I hope nobody else snipes in though. I want you to get it if you want it. I'm so slow at navigating this platform. Sorry, everybody. Here, I'll go 10% off flash sale. This is going to be all the decor you see on screen, like I've been saying, if you're still here. So it's going to be all the Cereal Stone and the Driftwood bundle for this one. Oh, this piece too, of course. So it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 pieces of driftwood. All right, I got stuff everywhere. All right. I'm gonna run it one more time. Forgot there's another piece of driftwood here. It was off camera. $10% off, flash sale going up. Last time, then we're moving on. Sweet, Kirkland. I can't wait to see what you do with it. How much was shipping for you, Kirkland? I'm just curious because I can't see it. I'm just curious what they charge you. This is gonna be a big ass box. Well, for me. $4. You must live close. $12.63. Okay, that sounds more what I was expecting. Oh, 11. Okay. I think I put 7 to 9 pounds, so we should be pretty close to 9 pounds, maybe a little over. Nice. Well, I don't know. I don't know what your pet stores are, but compared to mine, I think you got a deal compared to my pet store, and they wouldn't treat the driftwood. So I'm hoping you like it. I'll get this out to you. Should be tomorrow, hopefully. All right, everybody. Let me get this stuff put away here. Got Kirkland's order fired up, and we got another Hardscape bundle coming up. Good deal. All right. Still got people hanging out. 10 people. Cool. All right. Next up, I don't know what's in the show notes. I'm kind of getting off track here with all the bargaining, but that was fun. Okay. Spiderwood centerpiece auction. All right. I will list the auction in just a second. I just want to get you guys something to look at. And Kirkland kind of traded out some rocks. So if anybody wants anything added to this rock wise, or you want another piece of wood, let me know. It's here to help. So I really like this centerpiece. And what I did is I found some pieces that make it look that much bigger. So this is sticking out the top of a 10-gallon tank here. So this would be a nice centerpiece for, well, you can look up the dimensions of your tank compared to a 10-gallon, but it's got some good height to it. And I picked these pieces to make it look even bigger. Maybe we'll go over here to the side so you can see. This driftwood's pre-treated. Should be minimal or no tannins. Having trouble with the stick. Oh, yeah, I think he will make a masterpiece with that. There's a lot to do with those pieces. Probably better than what I came up with, especially in your big tank. All right, I need to move some sand around because this isn't sticking for me. We're going to auction this off as just a spiderwood combo. If anybody wants rocks with it, let me know. I have Dragonstone, Siru, River Rock, and Lava Rock. I could put a rock in here, but I don't want to confuse people. We're just selling this spiderwood bundle here. Yeah, that's what I would probably do too. Is just use them looking like roots on these other pieces. All right, let me get a listing set up. It looks so different on camera. It looks really stuck together. Just trying to make that look a little bit more like it does in real life here. Something about shooting in the vertical format makes things look more compacted than they really are. So this is a 10-gallon tank. I think this piece would make a nice centerpiece, and up to definitely up to a 29-gallon. Once you get bigger than that, it would be more of a secondary piece probably. But we'll see if people are interested in this. I need to make a quick listing with cheaper shipping because I don't want you guys to be paying shipping for a full bundle when there's no rocks with this one. So I'm going to create a quick listing real quick. How's everybody doing? Yeah, totally. Yeah, I can flip that piece over. Show you what it looks like. One sec. Let me get this listing up, then I'm happy to do that. Spiderwood bundle. All right. Like 2 to 3 pounds. Sorry, everybody. I'm getting this listing up for this spiderwood. Only 8 people in here. I'm gonna go ahead and run this. I'll run it once, then we'll flip it around a couple times, Kirkland. People can see if they want to see it look differently, and then we'll have one more larger bundle to auction off. All right. Anybody wants a nice piece of spiderwood and a couple of roots that come with it? So I guess 3 pieces of spiderwood technically. A nice centerpiece, pre-treated, pre-soaked, minimal to no tannins. And here we go. Kirkland coming in quick. That's going to be a steal. This is probably retail 25, 30 bucks. Elite, well, just for the main piece, plus the side pieces. So Kirkland's going to have some new cool scapes coming in. You bid before I flip it. Well, you get to flip it now. Congrats. Yeah, that's a steal. That is a steal. GG. What do you want it like that? Pretty cool. You prop it up on a rock like that. Yeah, that's a wicked piece. That is the coolest piece of spiderwood I had. I should have did that one when there were 22 people on here, but I'm glad you got it. All right, one last thing, and then we will get out of here. So 9 people coming in. What's up, everybody? I got one last aquascape coming in. So this is I've already scaped this, and you guys can see the Riverside Retreat. I'm going to pin it real quick. The Riverside Retreat Hardscape Decor Kit. You'll get everything in that thumbnail, basically, that's in the tank, not the little box in the picture, but it's in the tank. You'll see. So that I already pre-scaped this. So this is basically what you're going to get is all of this decor. What's up, everybody? Thanks for hopping on. So this is a river setup. Some of you may have seen this setup already in the thumbnail. So I'll leave that there for a bite now. I'll run a flash sale on it if people are interested for 10% off. I don't know if I'll do a full scape. I don't know if there'll be enough people on here that care. But you can get a quick idea of the scale of this stuff. So this would be really good to fill out an entire 10 or 20 gallon tank. It's actually a little big for this 10 gallon, but I kind of like it to be oversized like that. So with this one, what I like to do is I just have a plant over here. Again, if you like real plants, I'm throwing these fake ones in just so you have something from day one if you want, or if you have cichlids. So you have this really cool looking Java fern mixture plant over here. And then over on the right side, so this one actually comes with some scatter gravel and this nice substrate bag. So I got some scatter gravel, a bunch of rocks. I would do a rock pile. Again, this is just the thumbnail shows it a little bit better. So I would do a rock pile over here. Cover up this center section as good as you can. Make a little rock pile up here. Again, I'm just throwing this together so you guys get an idea for scale, and then I'll run a flash sale on this. If anybody is interested in this Hardscape bundle, this is the second time I'm trying this one. I've lowered the price on and come down since my last auction. This is the lowest I'm going to go on it once I run this flash, and then otherwise I'm going to delist it because people just aren't feeling the this vibe, which is completely cool. It's good to know what people like. So again, if you like real plants, you can kind of shove them in. Dot some of this stuff around. I'm not going to use all this for today, but you get the idea. It all comes with it. Nice big plant for the back. Maybe like back, probably just right here in the middle, actually. So you get the idea. Shove this right here, maybe. Yeah, so if this is something you're interested in, I mean, you saw how quick I scaped that. I mean, I'm talking, and I just scaped this tank in 3 minutes, perhaps, something like that. I got a couple roots I'm going to throw in too. All this wood, again, is pre-treated. Should have 0 or very minimal tannins. It's soaked and boiled for quite a while. So I don't know where I'd put these, but you could use them as like roots. I probably would snap this one in half and make a couple roots come off of it. Talent. I don't know about that. Hey, if this was my tank, Kirkland, trust me, I'd be spending like an hour trying every possible combination. But it probably was 3 minutes. To be fair, I had a picture to go off of, right, from that thumbnail. But it doesn't look exactly like the thumbnail. It actually might look better than the thumbnail in this one. Wake up at 3 a.m. to move a stick. You got it bad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to snap these because I want somebody to be able to do what they want with it, but just so you can see it's in there. Throw that in there. Stick that one right there. Just get an extra spike. This would be a really, really cool planted setup. I think this might be a piece of manzanita and not spiderwood. I can't tell. I'm not going to put it in because I'm not sure. What size Minecraft do you know? Like, is it like a 3 gallon or how big? Because I can get some little pieces of wood out for you. I promised you I would after this one. Kirkland got the one piece you liked, but I've got some more. 5s. Okay, cool. Yeah. Good deal. Yeah, this is only a 10. So like this scape here, you basically could scape 2 tanks with it, right? Like because this is 2 big pieces of wood, so you just have one in each. So you technically could scape 2 tanks. Not technically, you easily could scape 2 5 gallons with this setup. So this is a 10 gallon setup here. Yeah, you grab that one piece, but I got more. Um, I'll give you a sneak preview, and then I'm gonna run this flash sale for anybody. I don't know if people want this tank or not, or this aquascape, I should say. So these are just like that other one, maybe cooler depending on what you're looking for. I don't know what you were thinking. I was thinking you're happy for me. I was thinking I would run all 3 of these together, and then we can figure out what rocks you want, if any. I think for a 5 gallon, you could kind of piece these 3 together to make something that looks pretty cool. I can show you in the tank here after. Yeah, any of these rocks are going to be safe for beta, so it's really just what you like. All right, we'll come back to that though. I don't think people are going to want this one. Nobody's commenting besides Minecraft and Kirkland, and Kirkland's buying me out already. So Kirkland, are you coming in on this one too? I'm not going to auction this one. There's too much in here. I'm just going to run it as a flash. All right, working on running it now as a flash sale. I'll do 10% off like I did on the last one. All right, should be running. So this is a river. I call it Riverside Retreat Hardscape. You can see in the thumbnail. I set it up maybe a little bit different. I just threw this together in like 3-4 minutes, so you get an idea for what it is if you're just hopping on. But yeah, it comes with everything you see here. No tank, no sand, but it comes with all the decorations, and the driftwood is pre-treated. Should have some minimal tannins in it. Anybody want a deal? I'm running this flash sale, and then this one's gone. 3 flat. Yeah, I didn't use the scatter gravel. That would take a little bit longer, but maybe I have smaller pieces than that too in this bag. Okay, people don't like the river. Seems like you guys have been liking the this kind of dark sinking type wood, whatever you want to call it. It's got all kinds of names. Man, I've never seen a fish poop more than plecos, I'll tell you that. I could do, if anybody's hanging on and interested, I could do the driftwood only as a deal for how low do I want to go? 35 for the driftwood only. These 2 nice pieces and a few roots. I'm not going to run it unless anybody comments that they're interested in the driftwood only for 35. If they are, I'll run an auction at 35. All right, I'll flip it. Get some of these rocks out of the way real quick. All right. So these roots can just chill over here for now. Something like that, maybe. See, I like putting some rocks in a corner and doing like this kind of root style, probably like this. Yeah, like that. You're doing like a cave, something like that. You just have to find a way to cover that flat top. That's the only part I don't like about it. But you can always, I mean, if you have a bigger tank, right, two pieces like this is kind of what you want. Something like that could be cool on the side. Yeah, I got you, Mind Crypt. All right, let's do it. Do you like Mind Crypt? I'll help you out here. You've been hanging on for quite a while. Thank you. I appreciate it. Do you like this style of wood, or do you like this kind of stuff that you were asking about earlier? So you like this one? So we'll call this one. This style. I got some smaller ones, or two. Seemed like you like number two better. Two. That's what I thought. Okay. All right. We'll figure something out. Give me 1 second to get cleaned up, and we'll get you something for a 5-gallon. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging on. All right, we're going completely custom for you. You're going to tell me what kind of rock you like, and then I'll try and make a scape for you, and we'll go from there. So I got, can you see that? Yeah, okay, so we got lava rock, the actual lava rocks. We got the Ceru stones, like we were talking about earlier, that Kirkland got. There's kind of the Ceru stones. There's kind of a mountain vibe. Lava rock, kind of dark. And then we got, I got tons of this river rock, right? That you saw. I got some darker pieces you saw in the last tank. This isn't a good example. And then I've got these dragonstone, which when they're wet, they're a little more red than this. Obviously, I'll put more in, but I'm just trying to get a gauge. There's all the types of rocks. I got 4 different kinds. So we got 1, 2, 3, or 4. Kirkland, you could help out too for what rocks you think would look good with this kind of wood. My opinion. Oh, man. Yeah, what color is your beta? 2 and 3 or 4. Okay, so you don't want the Ceru stone. Why don't we try? Okay. I was gonna say if you want something cool, I don't know how natural you're going for, but I think something cool could be the dragonstone. I don't scape with it much, so I'm not as good with it, but it's got. Let me show you a bigger piece. Yeah, check this shit out. We can do Ceru, man. I don't care. It's up to you. I was gonna say if you want something kind of unique. Price would be the same. If you're wanting all 3 pieces of wood, I'll figure out what rocks to put in. Do you want plants too, or no? Like fake plants that kind of go with it, or you just want the rocks and the wood? Or I can just wing it, and then you can see if you like it. Let's do that. I'll wing it. Rocks and wood. Okay, cool. You know what? Maybe we won't do Dragonstone. I haven't had any issues with it, but people complain that it's sharp for betas, so we'll avoid that for you. So I think you want Cereal then. Cereal or okay, cool.
I've always wanted to be cool.
My Apple Home thought I was talking to it when I said Sirius then. Give me just a second. I'm digging out some more cereal since Kirkland bought my previous stash. There's one cool piece. Okay. That's a start. This stuff's not clean, but we can rinse it off when we're done. This wood is, though. All right, so you got a 5 gallon, so it's going to be the sickest beta thing on the block. We'll see. Hopefully. So I'll try and just put it in like half of this, right? Since it's a 5 gallon, this is a 10. We'll try and do like half of it. The dimensions aren't perfect. Actually, a 5 gallon is shorter. So we'll keep that in mind, Ray. It's more like shorter than anything. And it's only about, I think, 6 inches lengthwise shorter. So really the height's going to be where we lose most of our gallons. So we'll keep that in mind. So this is going to be for a 5 gallon tank. Let me go and unlist this Riverside since nobody bought it. Unpinned. There we go. All right, so I like this kind of wood. There's different ways we can go about this. First thing I like to do, since we're just grabbing this live and I didn't think about anything before, is I'm just going to kind of put it in here and see what we're working with. And in a 5 gallon, we want it to fill up most of the height of your tank too. And then adding pieces together is also a really good option. I got to try my Goofy Cave first. That's where I start. That actually could work, something like that. And then you can kind of pick which side you like the best. I kind of like this side the best. Okay. That's not a bad start. These pieces of cereal, I think, are too big. I'm a big fan of the cave style. I think I need to find some smaller rocks, though. That one can't go there. Go down there. Definitely, I would definitely put a plant on top. I agree. So, Mike. I can't. It's hard to tell where a 5 gallon would be. Kind of just doing my best judgment here. But like I said, I think it's only a little bit shorter this way, and mostly it's just height. So this should be pretty close to the top of your tank, and then you'd have room to put a plant on it. Don't act like you're mad about what the Oscars are doing to your fingers. I mean, it's simple as that. Crypt, like it's. I kind of like to leave either minimal plants in the cave part of it, and then I would put plants behind it, right? But underneath it, I don't think I want any rocks or anything. And something you could do is like a trail of gravel, like a trail of gravel through the middle. That could be kind of cool. That's something you could do. Like if you have sand as your substrate, get just like as small amount of gray gravel as you can find. Like a pound would be way too much. And just you could trickle it and make little paths going into the cave. I think that would be really sick. All right, so we got this. I'm going to throw in some smaller detail pieces for you if you're interested. And you don't feel obligated to buy this. This is fun. I'll list it, but seriously, it's not a big deal if you don't want it. If you're just trying to look for inspiration, this is fun. So I'm just going to throw in a couple detail ones. You can kind of throw them wherever just to kind of even things out a little bit. Kind of gravel. Do you have like PetSmart, Petco near you? I think you said you're in Maine. You should, right? I can throw. You know what? I can throw some in. I'll save you a trip to the store. I think I have some. Give me 20 seconds. Yeah, no worries. This is what I use. I'm going to find a little bag to throw it in. I'll show you real quick, though, before I do. So, I don't know if you can even see that. It's just like the same color as the rock. See that? Like you can do as much as you want. Like you could do a full-on trail, but just this little bit makes it kind of look like, if you were like looking at a mountain, there'd be like little pieces broken off. But I think I would do a little bit more and make like the trails going into the cave. I think that would be really sick. I'll try and give you enough to do that. All right, you're gonna get a reusable filter bag too. I think that should be enough for what you need to do. If not, seriously, just go to Petco and buy gray gravel. Like you can match it up. You could take some of this with you or whatever, but that should be. I mean, you saw I just did 2 pinches and it kind of filled it in, so you got a good chunk there. Yeah, you can use this filter bag. I got a bunch of these actually. You could definitely use these filter bags. I'll give you one, Kirkland. Yeah, you can fill them up with whatever you want. They're media bags. For aquascaping, actually, what I do is I take old substrate and fill it completely up, and then put it under my sand to get height for your aquascape. So I like to use these for that. Just like fill it all the way up with old rock or whatever you got. You got some old neon gravel you're not proud of. Fill this thing up with it, put it under your substrate, then you can get some more height on your aquascape. Oh yeah, yeah, that should be more than enough to do what you want to do there. Give this shit a rinse. I'm not gonna rinse it because if you buy it, it's gonna take it time to dry out. Just give it a rinse. It's just you could run it through the sink like this. Not a big deal. Cold water doesn't really matter. Just a little dusty. In fact, I would just give a quick rinse in the sink with everything here. This driftwood, like I've said 10 times now, is pre-boiled, pre-soaked, so it should have minimal tannins. You show what the bag looked like again it came out of. This? Oh, the bag of gravel? Yeah. I think this is the Petco brand. Well, PetSmart has the same stuff. You want to screenshot that or something? Is that what you're talking about? The gravel? The color is called pewter. Yep, no worries. Pewter, Pewter. That's the color of this brand. I think it's a Petco brand. PetSmart will have something similar too. Pewter's the color though, if you get that brand. Yeah, it's real. I mean, it just matches this gray stone. This stuff gets a lot darker too. I wish I had a spray bottle so you could see. This stone gets like a dark color pop on it. I think Kirkland probably could attest. When it gets wet, the color on it just really pops. No, yeah, I don't think you can get these at PetSmart. Yeah, we're talking about rocks, Kirkland. Talking about rocks. You guys are clowning. Okay, let me get something listed for you here. Okay, we got. I wish I had a scale on me, but that's a decent amount of cereal. Do you like how the scape's coming together, or do you want to try positioning the wood a different way? I think if it was my tank, I'd set it up with the wood like this. You could play around with the rocks in different positions. I think I like the wood like that, but okay, I'm happy to flip it around a different way if you want. Yeah, the cave's cool. I'm just crunching numbers here. I think the lowest I can do, I really want to help you out. The lowest I can do is 45 on it. The Siriuson's just expensive, man. Driftwood ain't cheap either. 45 is the lowest I could do for all the decor you see. Obviously, no tank, no sand. You still interested? If so, I can go ahead and run it for you. If not, literally no pressure, no big deal. Okay, run it. Cool. I'll get it going for you. My present's this gravel that you don't have to go to the store for. I don't know what this wood's called. I'm just calling it sinker wood. All right, pinning now. Sweet, man. Yeah, your beta's set. So I can take a picture of this. You want to screenshot this, Minecraft? You want to screenshot this so you can set it up easily? No, yeah, I'm happy for you. I'm happy you got it. Thanks for being patient and hanging out. This was fun. Um, yeah, if you want to screenshot this tank so you can get it set up, uh, I'll write up a little thing for you. But what I would do to make your life easier is just throw this wood in a bucket or a storage bin with water in it until it sinks. It may sink on day one. Once it sinks, you can just set it up like this. You don't have to do anything, right? You can set it up like this. If you don't, you'd have to glue it together to stay together. But if you just let this sit in a bucket for a couple days at the most, I think, just until it sinks, then you can put it in here. No big deal. That's what I would do. Yeah, go ahead and screenshot that. But yeah, I'll put your instructions in for you. Um, I can try and take a screenshot. The problem is my phone is the one that's live streaming here. Let me see if I can take a picture on my computer for you. I can DM it to you. I don't know if Whatnot will let me send a DM. I think it will. Does anybody know actually if I can DM on Whatnot? Like DM pictures? Yeah, they might be strict. Yeah. Well, go ahead and screenshot. I'll leave it up for you for right now. If you haven't already. So I'm not a beta expert. I would Google what to do. But if it were me, I would put the wood in a bucket or whatever you got, just with normal tap water until it sinks. I would rinse off all the rocks and in the sink, right? Till they don't look dirty. Same thing with this gravel. I just rinse it off in this bag until it's clean. No big deal. Just rinse it off in the water or in the tank. And then what I do is when I put driftwood into my tank, I put dechlorinator in. And the reason is because when you're soaking the driftwood, it can suck up some of the water. I've never had a problem with it, but it's just a safety thing. Like just to be safe, when you put your driftwood in your real tank, just put in some dechlorinator. You'll be fine. This stuff's I use it in all my tanks. No big deal. So when I'm soaking it, I don't do anything. You can put a little bit of aquarium salt if you have it, but you don't have to. Um, and then what stresses you out? I missed it. Betas. Betas are treated like shit. They're super inbred and they don't live that long. I mean, yeah, they're tough. Whatnot. Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, I don't think you'll get much tannins from this wood, just because I already boiled it and soaked it. But It's very possible. It depends on the piece, but not much. Like you bought them and ordered them from overseas, or you bought them from a store? Like a store in the US that gets them from overseas, or you like had them shipped? Yeah, just so you know what treated means. Yeah, it'll save you time, but when I say treated, like not with chemicals or anything, right? Treated just means it was already soaked. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely put in some dechlorinator then when you put these in your tank. If they sink, you can put them right in. They might sink, and it like you probably don't have to soak them. It's up to you. Like if you just put this rock like right there, right, it's probably going to keep it down. Um, but if you really want them to sink right away, just throw them in a bucket until they sink. No big deal. Cool. That's all I got today, guys. Thanks for hanging, Minecraft Kirkland. I'm glad you guys got some stuff. Hopefully you like it. I'm gonna hop off here. I scheduled my next show. Go ahead and favorite it if you want, or bookmark it. I think I did next Thursday. Gotta follow the rules. That's right. You know more about betas than I do, but I know a lot about driftwood. All right. You all have a good night. I will. I'll do my best to get these out to you. These shipments out to you guys tomorrow. If not, no, they'll go out tomorrow. I'll get them out tomorrow. Yep. Thank you guys. Have a good night. See you next time.